Moldova is a candidate country. In December, we got a green light from the member states to start accession negotiations. In June this month, we expect to start formal accession negotiations. Moldova had to comply with a number of conditions. As of today, all conditions have been implemented. We expect the European Commission already to inform the member states, and on 25th of June to have the IGC organized, and that would basically mean the start of accession negotiations with the European Union. The road to EU is complex, is challenging, but more important is that it is the best way for my country to transform itself. We have been aspiring to join the European Union, to get a perspective for years. Now, over the last 2 years, we are succeeding, very much due to, of course, internal efforts, strict conditionality of the process, but of course, the generator of the changing of perceptions and attitudes in the EU towards the region was the war. Russia's war against Ukraine, which changed a lot in terms of security architecture, but also in terms of the vision of the EU towards our countries. Ukraine, Moldova, and potentially Georgia are countries that will become members of the European Union. And now, since the start of the accession negotiations, it will depend on us as a country, how fast, how qualitatively we will comply with the requirements and be ready. By 2030, that's actually the horizon for the country to get ready, to be ready to join the European Union. Number one is justice, rule of law. This is a key requirement, a horizontal requirement for any candidate country and for a member state to be integrating within the EU processes. Number two is the administrative capacity. We need to reform and we need to modernize our public administration to be as efficient as possible in complying with the EU requirements, advancing the legislative approximation and ensuring implementation of the acquis. There are three criteria that a candidate country should meet to join the European Union. The acquis, political criteria, economic criteria, and this is definitely something that will be enough a key basically focus for the country. What it is important is for Moldova as a candidate country, as a country that is involved in accession negotiations, that this effort is inclusive, irrespective of political parties. Accession process will remain a priority, and the public support. And that's, I think, the most important criteria for the accession process to take place is the public support for EU accession. And the good news is that over the last 2 years, the public support for accession to the EU has been improving, has been increasing. And this year, in October, 20th of October, we will have a referendum about EU accession that I hope will provide a very solid basis for advancing the accession process and a very clear signal to politicians in my country that they focus on the accession negotiations more than on debating whether we should or not join the European Union. College of Europe in Natolin is the institution to support countries in the accession process. I personally have a long history of relations with College of Europe here in Natolin, even though I've not graduated, but we had a series of initiatives to advance the participation of Moldovan students. And today we have, I think, over 60 Moldovan students that graduated from College of Europe here in Natolin, and we are among the top countries with the biggest numbers of students. As we embarked in the accession negotiations, the Institute for European Policy Reforms, we're a think tank in Moldova, very much prioritizing Moldova's accession to the European Union. We thought what we can do to contribute to this process, the answer was there. We wanted to provide a sustainable support for the government, for the civil society, to benefit from the experience and the setup of this campus in Natolin to support capacities of our core team involved in accession negotiations. And I wrote an email to Madam Vice Rector, and I was happy that the answer was quite fast, and we got very quickly in autumn last year communicating with Mr. Marek Tabor and Barbara, who are in charge for this program, and we are very happy that we got to this moment when we have the on-site training for the core team of Moldova's government negotiation team. Actually on the eve of the start of the accession negotiations. And I was also glad that we managed to combine, the infrastructure and the experience of Natolin in having two programs, one online, which was including a series of basic courses of EU on EU accession, that was open for a big number of civil servants and civil society experts. Now with the on-site session happening, as soon as we will end this first pilot program, we hope we can continue it, and we really hope that it will provide good arguments for this program to continue, because the accession negotiations with Moldova would start and will take some time and would need as many as possible civil servants and civil society experts who will benefit from such training. And we are really happy for having this opportunity, for partnering with the College of Europe, with the team here to advance this program. And I'm really looking forward for next opportunities of cooperating between our institute and the College of Europe in the future.